Welcome to G-Files History. Today is May 26th, a day of revolution, courage, and the turning tide of a nation's destiny. On this day in 1860, the red-shirted volunteers of Giuseppe Garibaldi stormed the city of Palermo, the capital of Sicily. What began as a bold gamble with a small army of irregulars would soon become a defining moment in the long and bloody march towards the unification of Italy. By the mid-19th century, the Italian peninsula was a fractured landscape, divided into kingdoms, duchies, and territories controlled by foreign powers like Austria and Spain. But the dream of a unified independent Italy, or the Resurgence, burned brightly in the hearts of patriots. Among them was Giuseppe Garibaldi, a charismatic revolutionary, soldier, and folk hero. In May 1860, with just over 1,000 volunteers known as the Red Shirts, he launched a daring expedition from northern Italy, landing in Marsala, Sicily. Facing overwhelming odds, Garibaldi led his men in a lightning campaign through western Sicily. His goal, to liberate the island from the corrupt and oppressive rule of the Bourbon Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. After skirmishes and uprisings across the countryside, Garibaldi turned his attention to Palermo, the seat of the Bourbon power on the island. On May 26, 1860, Garibaldi's forces entered Palermo. Fierce fighting broke out in the streets as local citizens rose in support of the invaders. Though outgunned and outnumbered, Garibaldi's combination of guerrilla tactics and sheer willpower overwhelmed the defenders. By the end of the month, the Bourbon garrison agreed to a ceasefire. Palermo and much of Sicily was in Garibaldi's hands. Garibaldi's victories in Palermo had enormous consequences. It galvanized the Italian unification movement, proving the Bourbons could be challenged and defeated. His campaign inspired revolts and uprisings across southern Italy. It forced the hand of King Victor Emmanuel II of Sardinia-Piedmont, who would later join forces with Garibaldi to complete unification. Just months later, Garibaldi would march triumphantly into Naples, the largest city in southern Italy, signaling the collapse of the Bourbon rule. By 1861, much of Italy had been unified under a constitutional monarchy, and Garibaldi's bold campaign was a major catalyst in making that possible. Giuseppe Garibaldi is remembered today not only as a national hero of Italy, but as one of the great revolutionary figures of the 19th century, a symbol of liberty, self-determination, and the power of popular movements. His occupation of Palermo on May 26, 1860 was more than a military victory. It was a spark that lit a nation. On this day, Giuseppe Garibaldi walked into Palermo and history turned its gaze toward a unified Italy. That's May 26th, one day, a world of history.